This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Oakland Raiders. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Down, 180.
Check, 55 to Mike. Here we go.
What's up?
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
53, Mike, 53. Tackles.
618. Buzz.
Check, 53's Mike.
Throwing now is Carr.
I hope you brought your mic because I'm about to take you to school.
And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
694. That's it.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr.
You got nothing.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
2nd and 12 at the Browns' 35-yard line.
Down, 180. Hey, 734.
Mike, 53. He's tired.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Twist.
Raider 1.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still, 4th down upcoming. On 4th down, John Gruden says, let's try and get 3 out of this. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, QB, come on.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Three buzz.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
To throw, Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That one good for 26 and a first down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Mayfield down.
Here we go, D. It's just me.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays an offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I got him. White Monday.
From the gun, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. A gain there of 21 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Down. You wide 88.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Easy. Kill.
Blue draw corkers.
They'll run on first down. Richard, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Monday, down. White 85.
It's a party now.
29.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I know a lot of coaches like to break their season into quarters, and how about the first 4 games for this guy? 3 touchdowns scored, really making his mark in the red zone here in the first month of the season.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
They can't hang with us.
Watch the edge.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Crunch. Kill.
Hey, turn.
A toss play to Chubb. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Good. 180.
Check. 42's the
Hey, alert 33.
Back to you.
Kings.
No. Off.
Shot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Set. 180.
You can't block me.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield running the option right. Now the pitch to Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
You ain't doing nothing today.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield.
I'm all over you.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Rosa's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Raider, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the Browns' 39-yard line.
Now.
Mike, 53. Check.
180. 180. We're good. 180. 93.
Motion. Pop.
Yes, sir.
On second and 12, Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line.
2 yards. That's another Raiders first down. First and 10 at the
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On first down, it's Gurley. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. Now it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Down. 180.
Right there. 56.
Hey, Raider 2.
I got him.
Hey, high 7.
56.
Shotgun now for Carr.
Ready?
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Option.
From the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down, Browns.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hurry, hurry!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
At the 12-yard line.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Go!
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Lucky.
Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
180.
First down, Cleveland.
You don't want none.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set. 180. Alert, 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 alert.
Target. Check. Check. Check.
Run, run, run.
Safe. Safe.
Set.
Now Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Hey, watch
From the
slant,
34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Big edge. Big edge. Big edge.
Carr gives to Richard.
Get tired of seeing me.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Defense. Hey, defense. Let's.
Deuce right, Chief. One, Raider one.
To throw, it's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. 3rd down here.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On the counter, Gurley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
All day.
Hurry, hurry. Watch out.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Two-jet bomber. Watch out.
On first down, it's Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and at the 39-yard line.
Watch out.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, it's all right.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
SOS.
Watch out.
Here's Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And the Browns
Mayfield now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the 50. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, Richard. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Now, you wide 8-8.
Mike, check 53's Mike.
Man out, man out, man out.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check 52.
They'll run again with Hunt. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Pick your game up. We got double tight. Double tight. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. Slam, slam.
Run, run, run. Hey, Zoo.
Throwing, Mayfield. Complete to his tight end, Seth the Valve. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
1st down, Cleveland.
Mayfield now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. That's taken in by Callaway. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
He's coming, double up.
Pistol, pistol, pistol. Hey, alert 33.
Kill, 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 kill.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Run.
Mayfield to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Check the backer.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Check 4. Express.
Motion.
Raider 9.
Let's go.
Here's Carr.
53.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Orbit.
53. Check 53. Here we go.
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Here we go.
Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Browns take over 1st
Let's
and
go,
10
boys. Bring it up.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns' drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
42. Regular. 180.
Come get
Watch out.
Mayfield.
He don't want it.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Nevin Lawson with a pick.
Come on, guys. We
So
got
many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Down. You 180.
Mike's 56.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.